Hey, I'm a Joya from AJ Excursions,
And I'm Nash from Freaking Fresh.
and together,
We are
Village
Village
Vibes.
Vibes.
Welcome home.
Welcome home.
So you can find us, me, on Instagram at AJ underscore excursions, and you can find me on Facebook at Joy AJ Excursions.
You can find me at Freaking Fresh on Facebook. And you can find me at Natural Impressions, NATURALNPERSSIONS on IG. And you can find us
At
One
One
Village
Village Vibes
Facebook
and
and
IG.
mhm.
And coming by time this our next episode, you will be able to find us on Village Vibe Shopify. We will finally have our store up. We here. So, part two of COVID dating.
COVID.
Dating.
What
COVID
do we call
19,
COVID potential?
COVID potential.
We stop on potential, on
Right.
the fact that women date based on potential, and men date based on what you have right now, what you can do for them now, what they want from you now, you are what they want or see in the future. Women, we will pick up
Yes.
a piece of trash and be like, oh my gosh, we can totally redo this. We can refurbish
Or
it.
he said that he was working towards his degree. He said that he used to be a carpenter and just got laid off. He said that he wanted to be a chef and he's been cooking. And so we take those things and we pour into him. We like, yo, you got it going on. Let's network, let's make it happen, let's go, let's grow. And that's the potential that we see in him, and we cultivate it.
Well, there's levels. Like if he's a carpenter who's been laid off, that's not a lack of
But what if you've
actualizing
been
potential.
no? For me, that is because what if you've been laid off for the last 7, 8 months, and you're waiting, and opportunities keep passing you by, but you keep waiting. You're not doing anything else. Like you understand what I'm saying? That's what I mean by that. I mean more so like this person is just it has stalled out. Is not is hasn't been able to get into their field, but is not doing anything else to maintain right now. Is just focused on that only. Is not doing anything else, and is not trying to do anything else. So to me, that's a potential because you're seeing it like, okay,
Well,
if he
yeah.
gets that job, then he'll be back on, but is not doing anything to really get that job. Like, so you see the potential of it. Does that make sense?
We're looking at different. Well, there's all types of different perspectives of potential. I think
It
that
is.
we're finding out. I wasn't even necessarily talking about financial potential. How about emotional potential? How about physical potential? How about situational potential? Because we find somebody who's really good for right now, and we try and fit this dude in a box. Now does not mean forever,
Yes.
right?
Now, so okay, let's look at it this way. You meet a guy on a cruise,
Mm-hmm.
7 days. You both meeting up every day at the casino. You end up y'all hang out on every excursion,
Mm-hmm.
right? You doing everything. You having a great time. You take great pictures
Mm-hmm.
for those 7 days. You get back home, and you text him. He texts you, and then it falls off,
Mm-hmm.
and you get real hurt because you saw those 7 days. To me, that's like you took that potential of those 7 days, and I think about it as COVID as well. You took those 7 days and made it be more than what those 7 days. You tried to make it long term, and it was just for those 7 days.
Yeah, that's a
And that's how I look at
that's a
COVID as
don't
well.
force the fit. There's potential for it to go beyond, but the fact that you have, we were talking about expectations.
Yes.
But this is
Okay.
a situationship, not an expectationship.
But
There
people
should
see
be
that.
no expectations. A cruise ship is just like being on a deserted island, just like being locked down in COVID. It's a situationship.
But we see that we are in that situationship. It feels good. That person is like, you vibing with him, right? Or you vibing with her. Y'all vibing. during COVID. How many people, you just start vibing, you're talking and you kicking
You
it.
know how many people I
right?
went through? Like, real talk, how many dudes I went through?
But that's what I'm
I
saying.
have
Like,
no expectations of this.
No, you don't. But what I'm saying is that's what happens. You take that situation that you're enjoying, that you're having a nice time because you made a nice connection, because you have things in common, because you're enjoying talking to him and he's enjoying talking to you, and you have fun, you're having fun spending time together, and now the world is opening back up.
Mm-hmm.
So now where I can only talk to you on the phone, I really, so I don't have to worry about that. You now expecting him to say, now the world is open back up, ring ring, so you want to go to dinner, you want to go to the beach, you want to go to the park, and he's not reaching out.
I mean, that's a chance you take, but I personally, I would say that's on you, because the season, reason, lifetime situation. What? How you gonna force somebody into a box when you know that right now we're in a little tiny fishbowl? Like, no. If your feelings are hurt, that's on you.
You think so?
Yes,
but what if that's where
why
that
would you?
leading?
Why would you invest? Now look. Unless you're talking 4 hours a day, every day.
Some people have that time.
Some people
that.
have been. Then I could understand you wanting or feeling like there's a possibility this could move beyond.
Okay.
You understand? Because expectations, that would be a little more reasonable to me, that you would have those expectations, because this has become some type of continuous interaction.
Yes.
You've kept up communication. He showed that he's not flaky.
But now that the world is open back up,
still, you need to understand, just like I started every conversation with, you will not get me like this when things go back to normal.
And that's why I'm saying that, like, you're walking into it and you see that and you have that connection. That, to me, that's potential. Like, you're looking at that person and you're talking to that person, you're texting that person, you're videoing that person, and you have access to that person, and the world is slowly opening back up, and that person is not as readily available. People are going back to work, or already, back working. Mm-hmm. They're going back to work. Phase 2 in New York State is this Friday? So right. If you were part of phase 2, that means you're going back to work. So now you are thinking like, oh, I'm back working. I'm still going to be able to talk and, learn, and that person is not available. And to me, that's potential, because you're looking at that person, you're talking to that person, you can see that person, and you look at it, the potential. The
true way to judge on potential is what happens when it opens.
I agree.
It's that first, now that you've had the groundwork laid of getting to know each other, mm-hmm. then you decide if you want to go beyond getting to know each other.
Yes.
And that's where potential comes in, when the world opens up or things go back to normal. But to expect to go straight from I'm getting to know you, locked in the closet, and you the onlyest one, to the world's open and now he's got like 50 other Beckys. Like, come on, like I don't know. It's difficult though. You can easily get wrapped up, especially when you're dealing with people who are depressed, got anxiety, needy, clingy.
Like people really like just broke up going into COVID,
right?
And then they meet people during COVID, and that's why I said that. Like, you really have people that's like looking at really this everyday conversation like as potential. But this is one of the things that I want to bring up real quick that a friend of mine said to me. Mm-hmm. How many of us ladies have received DMs from IG, Messenger, or wherever, from guys in Jamaica, guys all over Africa, guys in South America, in some of the islands, and they are like just saying all the right things. And
guys in your backyard,
guys in your backyard,
guys
right there saying all
on the West Coast. You want to eat?
Yes, but let's talk about that part of COVID dating, because it was already there, because I get friend requests or inbox from Africans and Jamaicans, so don't, no disrespect, but I do get it, and I just ignore it because I know you're gonna tell me how you either used to live in America or you no longer live there, and all this, your lovely stories. But a friend of mine said that her inbox went from being like four, every now and then, to almost every day, constant, constant. I'm like, yeah, they're locked up, they're locked down, so they really don't have nothing but time to reach out, And I let's talk about that. Let's talk about, how do you navigate that? How do you not get catfished during COVID? Is
That's two different things though. You have a catfish, and then you have a situation that could be a scamming situation, and or
yes,
just
it's
a
all of those
pen
in one.
pal situation.
Yes.
A catfish doesn't necessarily have to be a scam. There's somebody on the other end of that might really like the person you are, and might just not want to show who he is.
Okay.
Like, I have a friend, I call him a friend now in India. We have been Facebook friends for 5 years. He has had this picture of, I knew that it wasn't him, because I recognized that picture, but I knew it wasn't him. It was a professional headshot. And I let him talk to me for like 2-3 years before I was like, listen, I'm gonna stop talking to you if you don't show me your real picture, because this is some bullshit. Right?
Did he show you?
He showed me. He got on screen, everything. He's mad cool. He actually looks better than the picture. That he's actually really handsome. We're friends. It's nice, but he tried to catfish me because he was insecure. A person who is trying to scam you, though, if it's that situation, that their intent is not to get to know you; it's to take from you.
Yes.
There's a difference.
But that's
and I don't mean time. I mean like money.
No, that's
shit
what I'm
like
saying.
that.
Like, that's where it's been, like, it's blowing up, and people, and I always, caution people, and I'm always telling people to be careful, because especially during COVID, like, you are more apt to answer that inbox message. You are more apt to say, hey, back at 2-3 in the morning when you wake up, you bored, you don't remember what day it is, because now it went from Monday to Thursday real quick.
Sure did. I was like, what?
You lose your days, and now so you bored, you've been up all night, you hit that reply. So that's another thing that COVID dating has brought out.
So let me tell you how I always have been bombarded with foreigners. So first of all, I'm not being funny, but real talk. If I don't know you from anything, or we're not in any groups, I will leave you in the request box.
Okay.
If I cannot read your name because it's different language, I'm not adding you. I'm not even playing. I'm not adding you. And I put it up there as a post. If I can't read, I'm not adding you, because I don't know.
I like
you.
those rules. So
and I don't know you.
So if you're not in a group together,
or you don't have mutual friends.
Mutual friends. What if you only have one mutual friend? Does that count?
Who is it? Is it another person from the same country? Because they work like that. And just because they say they're from one country doesn't mean they're from that country.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying. So if you have mutual friends, right, from the same group, if you have your right name up, or a name you can read, I like this. What else?
I also keep them in the messenger section instead of allowing them to be my friend or friends in messenger, because then I can ask them questions like, what time is it? Things like this. I figure out where they're at.
Okay.
I
like
that.
Because
I caught a few people who wasn't trying to scam me, but they were lying about where they were at. Okay.
So to find out if you really are in Boston, or you really are in Nigeria, or you really are
right, because
okay.
they don't usually, they're not able to keep up with the stuff.
Okay.
And also, I'm gonna tell you, I keep it on unread. Like, I'll let them people sitting there for like 2-3 months.
Okay, before you respond.
I will. I have people who sat in there for years, and I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. I let them sit.
I don't even. So my thing is, I don't accept the friend request.
Yeah, but they sit there.
They just sit there, right? And then every now and then I go through and I delete. I don't respond. And then when I
messages.
when I do,
sorry.
When I do accept a friend, and when they send a messenger, like they can send hi, I love this, hi, or hi beautiful. I don't even read it, and I just ignore it. Like, so I don't even respond, because I'm like, I don't want to be bothered with the BS.
What if it's not BS?
I don't know. That's why I said no disrespect. I don't even give it the time of day to.
I will read them. I will read them. If somebody's been sitting there for a while, I'll read, because what they will do is they'll get pissed off. So they'll start with, hey pretty, da da da, and then they'll either go straight to sex if that's what they want, or straight to send me nudes if that's what they want, or straight to, I have a I need this or that, or I just want to make. They will show, and then they'll get pissed off if you don't respond to them.
Okay.
See, and I'm good with that. I'm good with that. And so I read because I can find their intent usually. And then if they seem like they're just okay, I'll be like, oh, you know what? I couldn't see your thing, da da da, which is kind of true or not, whatever.
Okay.
You know? But I mean, people can't get from you what you're not giving them.
I agree.
I also tell dudes I ain't got shit to give you, straight up. You looking for money? Wrong one. Better go get you a white girl. I tell them that in a minute. Go or find some sucker because they ain't me. No offense, but
These are all the things that's, to me, that's just being exacerbated by COVID, right?
Mhm.
So, you know,
but
you
they're
get
also
more,
bored and lonely too,
and they're bored and lonely,
just like we are.
you know. So that's why we, you know, COVID dating is showing a lot, you know. And I like someone put up there, you know, people who want marriage are still getting married during COVID. They only having 2 or 3 people there, right?
Right.
People who want a wedding is waiting until after COVID,
Right.
right? You know, people who want to be with you even during COVID will want to be with you after COVID,
Yes.
right? Is that right? You know, I
Yeah.
think so. And I think it's to have fun dating during COVID. I think it's fun to flirt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning. You know, I think it's fun. But how do you not get in trouble with it? How do you not get caught up with it? Because I can see how easy it is to get caught up
Caught up by who?
in your feelings.
Flirting?
Yes. I'm not saying me. Like, you can see, you don't act like I'm the only one who be seeing people caught all up.
How
talk
are you
about- 'cause
caught
he
in
said-
your feelings about flirting? That's like
Because-
saying hi. That's like asking how you doing when most people
Because
really
like
don't care.
they start sending you messages and hi beautiful and you know, oh you know, good morning baby, and you know, all these little lovey dovey stuff, and you like, oh, he like me, oh, I
He
like
might
him.
like you.
No, and that's what I'm saying. You get caught up. You like, he like me and I like him, and you know, we
That's
talking.
not flirting.
That's not.
He likes me is, oh my God. Help me, Lord.
Yes.
Flirting is superficial.
I agree.
That's the touch and go. That's not that he like me. Y'all can flirt back and forth, but if you don't get past hello, then there's nothing to be hooting and hollering about.
but I'm
Yeah.
talking about they got past hello. That's what I'm saying. Like
Well, that's not a flirt.
I think so. I think it is kind of. I think that's still
Is it?
flirting.
Are you getting to know each other? Are
You talk every now
sharing
and then.
information?
Yeah, you talk every now and then. To me, that's not serious. That's flirt. That's like, well, that's flirting, girl. That's not.
Flirt?
Mm-mm.
No,
No.
no. Because when I flirt, I don't give information. You're not getting to know me. What the hell? That's just an icebreaker. Flirting is also something that can help keep little sparks.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it.
But that's at what flirting keeps sparks once you've already got something established or you're getting to know each other. And you can't build no relationship on flirting. Flirting is not anything other than superficial shit.
You can't build a relationship on half the stuff they build relationships on. So you can build a relationship on flirting.
No, but you can't. So me and you gonna get married because, hey,
Yep.
cutie,
Hey, boo.
how you doing?
Hey.
Where your booty big today?
Yeah. Oh.
You don't like your eyes? You gonna get
Yes.
married because of that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the case. I would have like 1,000,000 husbands.
I'm just saying. Like, people are lonely, boo.
Listen, lonely, I understand. Don't lose your head. My God.
People are. I mean, you gotta look at this.
But
is,
you're not alone in your loneliness. It's all over the place. It's
But
rampant.
what if you don't know how to deal with your loneliness?
Why not?
Because some people have never been alone.
Look.
Some people have never been stuck by themselves or just with their kids for 2 months, and now like you got this one guy that you think is fine, is talking to you. This guy, I'm just thinking about, let's think, a guy that you've been looking at for a minute, and now he finally, you know, reached out and he's talking to you and he's flirting with you and he's saying everything nice and everything. Yeah, like I'm all in, right?
If flirting is not an investment.
Is that an investment?
No. Flirting is like the pennies you pick off the ground you're lucky to get. If you're real lucky, you might find $1.
You might find $1.
Flirting is not, if your hair don't stop touching me. Flirting.
My hair is not that long.
It's touching my leg. When you move it,
Oh,
flirting is not an
you
investment.
see, she a hater on my hair. Right?
Oh my God. Like, I'm like, Listen, if you build a relationship on flirting, you might as well go build a house out of cardboard and see how that shit works for you come winter. See how that works. And I mean just U-Haul boxes. See how that works for you.
I'm telling you, COVID is bringing everything out. COVID to me is exposing so many things regarding men and their time and what they want and how demanding they are and how needy they are. Like I thought, at first people always made it seem like us ladies are needy, right? We the ones who need affection, and we need the time, and we need the texting back and forth all the time, and we need to know what you're doing, where you going. They always made it seem like it was us ladies. But I have found some men during COVID that want to know where you going, how you getting there, what time you gonna be there. Girl, I'm going from my bedroom to the living room. Like that's as far as I'm going. It's gonna take me 2 seconds. Like they want all your time. They want to talk on Facebook Messenger. They want to FaceTime you on their phones. They want to call you on Facebook and look at you and talk to you. Well, what are you doing? Well, why are you not doing anything? Well, why are you not dressed and everything? And I'm like, wait a minute, dude. Like, don't you have something to do? You saying you working from home. How all day long you can text and call me? Why are you that free? Men are just as needy, but we never thought about that.
More so.
I do agree. Men, it was shocking to see the level of what COVID brought out even in men.
I spent like 2 hours today talking to a guy who
2 hours.
I met. Yeah, we had a good conversation. Talking to a guy I met who kind of hollered at me pre-COVID, but whatever. And so I gave him the time of day today because he said some shit. He was like, oh, da-da-da-da-da, you're not talking about, I'm gonna let you go. I'm like, what are you talking about? Because to me, his flirting, he thought his flirting was shooting a shot. He thought his flirting was getting to know me or something. I'm like, what the hell is that? That's nothing. Like, so what, you said I'm cute and nobody cares, right? So
that should stop you in your tracks.
Well, I know I'm cute. Even I look ugly today, I'm still cute, whatever. So we talked about how a lot of men don't know how to be alone, and more so don't even allow themselves to be alone. They relationship hop. Mm-hmm. They also house hop.
Yes.
Okay. So COVID is really men who are single and don't have a woman to stay with. They don't know how to act because they're used to having that.
And they're used to, like Mama said, when men don't have what they want, they create it, right? Mm-hmm. They create it. And so these men who are, like you're saying, that normally happen from house to house, relationship to relationship, they found themselves, they were on a hop. They were hopping from one house,
right,
or one relationship to the other. And COVID did freeze tag. Like you had to freeze right in your tracks. And so they stuck in this house by themselves, and there's no female to do anything. There's no, people still having COVID sex. Remember what we said last time? Could y'all please wrap it up with a condom? Because COVID is
or with salami,
whatever, right? But salami, So, but you know what I'm saying? So, but they found themselves like, oh, there's no woman to take care of me. There's no woman to do everything for me. I'm by myself, and it really has.
Well, they also just want women just to be around them.
Yes.
Just to lay up on them.
Just to lay around. Like winter, it was winter season extended, right? So these men who thought, oh, winter season, is over. I don't need to cuddle. I don't need a cuddle buddy anymore. Mm-hmm. I can go back and be free. Now they froze in place, and now they like, yo, what I'm gonna do?
Well, then the flip side of that is dudes who are stuck in things that they want to get out of. Maybe they had their next one lined up already.
Ooh. But that next one is no longer free.
But it's COVID, so you skirt.
Right? You like,
where you at?
Wait, I was going to her. I was headed right to her house, and
oh, wait a minute.
On the
other side of that are the women waiting for them. Ooh. The women who knew they were the next and are sitting there waiting.
Ooh. Well, what happens when you thinking you're the next, and now they are talking to B,
the next,
and you thinking he's when COVID is over, he coming here and he do a whole U-turn and go a whole opposite direction.
I highly doubt that.
You don't think so?
No.
You think he's still gonna go to this one?
Yeah, listen. He's gonna keep B for the new cooch, or lined up for the next house he's gonna be at,
After this
or
one.
the next chick he's gonna cheat with. But he's
Ooh.
not going to give up the one he's already put the work in, because that's an easy shoo-in. The other chick has to be so much better.
I didn't think. Okay.
So much better.
That we're gonna start the
In
next.
any way, yes, but
Okay.
she has to make him feel better. So either she has to make him feel like he's getting a better prize. He can be, you know what I'm saying? Or he feels more wanted and needed, whatever. But yeah, I could easily, if I ain't gonna name names, but I could see some people doing that.
Okay, let's talk about COVID side chicks. How are they surviving? What do you think what is a side chick doing right now?
They're
during
internet
COVID?
hoeing. Internet hoeing. They're internet hoeing. They're meeting up with other dudes. They other dudes' sides. A side chicken, and listen, a hoe is a hoe. They're gonna find a way to be a hoe.
See, I didn't
COVID
think-
is not stopping hoeing.
It's not stopping it?
Heck
I
no.
thought COVID would have had them stopped in their tracks.
No.
No?
They don't have enough sense not to be Bobby's side chick, and he's been married for 10 years, and he's not leaving. They don't have enough sense to not go out and be a hoe during COVID. But internet hoeing, it buys them time,
Oh, okay.
and they might line up the next one. You know, women,
So side chicks are surviving in COVID.
they're surviving, and plus they're stuck with their kids and shit.
I thought side chicks would have been like, I'm out. Like,
I look
or
like
they would have
Shrek.
found,
Oh my God.
you know, they would have found somebody to be with. COVID dating.
But if you are a perpetual side chick, I don't think you really know how to be somebody's woman. I don't think that you feel that you have what it takes to be a woman, or you don't deserve it, or you don't have the self-esteem to be somebody's woman. If you're a perpetual side chick, now some will say it's out of convenience, but is it really out of convenience, or is it something that you're lacking that you can't give? So you want a man who only wants so much, and if you are with somebody nonstop, they're gonna want more of you than what you can give.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the COVID potential though.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking about this. COVID potential. You're dating. You met. You're flirting. You're getting to know one another. You're texting. You're video chatting, and you like and you're interested. How do you proceed? How would you proceed if you met someone during COVID and everything? What would be your step outside of COVID? What would be your first step? Because this is potential now. You see potential. What would be your next
Outside
step?
of COVID,
Yes.
now that it's opening,
Now that it's opening, what would be your next step? Or your next requirement for this potential? If you have no requirements.
the next step you do is you fall the fuck back.
Okay, fall back.
You fall back because
Why would you fall back?
you don't stop. You don't stop talking to this person, but you don't do anything extra. Because
So you don't give the time that you was given before? Like, if you are
If
talking
you-
on the
if you
phone for
can't.
5 hours, you don't...
No. What?
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm asking.
The world's
the world's
opening
opening
up.
back up. So now you pull back. You saying you pull back on the texting.
This is a
pull back on the...
classic Naj move. Pull back.
Okay. So
Pull back,
fall back.
because what's going to happen is you're going to see what his true intent was. If it was just for ass, he's going to hit hard and quick. He wants to, oh, it's open, let's get this, let's hook this up, let's do that.
Okay.
Right? If he wants to see you, he's going to make that move now that it's open
And
to
I
see
invite you out to
know,
for a date or for ice cream
right?
or a
or
walk.
come across
Or come
country
across.
to see you, whatever it is.
Okay.
If he wants to call you, he will do that. And I'm not saying it's just on the men, right? But I am saying that if you really step back and look, you're going to see who's more invested.
Okay.
Who's put in more
I like
effort.
that. I like that. So now that the COVID is starting to ease up a little, when you've been dating for COVID for the last 2 months, so you're saying ease back a little. What is your next step after that? Do you have one after that? After you ease back?
I don't necessarily. We call it dating, for lack of a better term. I don't really call it dating.
Yeah. But that's what we call it. We saying COVID dating. So right,
Cyber
COVID
dating, okay.
cyber dating.
So
whatever.
after you ease back,
and he calls you, he invites you out to dinner, or he tells you he's coming cross country, or he's about to drive and come visit, or she's about, whatever. Yeah, make these firm plans, and it's moving. What would be the step after that?
Reciprocate.
Okay.
I mean, you do have to throw a dog a bone. He's not just going to chase an empty bag. I mean, you let him know that you're
Interested,
here, you're
that you're
willing,
willing.
you're interested. I would put it out there. You know, listen, I see. You know, you're going back to real life or whatever, but you know, we can keep this moving. We can carry, we can carry on, or we can just say, you know, it was a nice time, and remain friends, and just,
I like. See, I like.
and
I
let
like
it
both
let
of
it
these.
let it
Let it
dissipate.
die.
And then after I say that, then I'm gonna step back, not all the way back, just 2 steps back, because if you stay on top of it, you have expectations that are not going to be met. You just the sheer fact that we're not going to have the time alone because people are going back to work. Your expectations are not going to be met. They're not. It's not going to happen. Then you're going to be upset. Then you're going to be faulting somebody who could be a good person
For expectations that they didn't even know that they had. That were
for
placed
an
on them.
expectation that it was set because of the situation.
Yes. No, that's what I'm saying. So I like that. I like if you have the potential, how to move forward to see if it's actually real potential or if it's like I love what you said. It was nice during these last 2 months.
Yeah.
I had fun. You kept me, you entertained me, you talked to me,
Right.
you helped me through COVID, and I hope I helped you through COVID. But if it falls, it's okay. I appreciate what we had, and I like that you take a step back or two, and see, and it may not even progress, right, for a month or months, or it may not ever, but at least you left it where it had the potential to still progress or die out.
Now look, I'd say give a person, if they're going back to their regular life, 2 or 3 weeks to adjust
Back
and
to real
to
world.
fit you in. If they're going back to the real world in June and you haven't spoken since July, not one text, nothing, and maybe they are mega busy, maybe they are, say hi. If there's no response, let that go. Your feelings shouldn't be hurt. It shouldn't be hurt, like, because it's not everything is meant to last forever. I mean,
I agree.
and you both, that's a mutual,
But that's when you have
that's
to know.
using each other mutually,
That's when you have to know what is a leaf, what is a branch, and what is a root on
Right.
that tree.
Right.
And I like years ago. I'm gonna tell this story real quick. I met a teacher, right, and she said she messed up. She married the root of a tree, right? But then she saw a leaf, and she thought that was the most beautiful leaf, right? She divorced the root
For that short term flash
for that
in the
leaf.
pan.
She got with that leaf, and within a year,
And what do leaves
she
do?
realized the leaf.
They change
They
colors.
change colors, they die
fall
off, right? And that root was still there,
Mm-hmm.
and then that root had the nerve to go meet another root and married that root. And now, because they had kids together, they shared life together. They would go out, take the kids to dinner, and do things together to keep their family intact. She over here with this leaf, he over there with another root, right? And she was so pissed off, and she said to me, be careful. Do not fall for a leaf when you have a root. Make sure. So I like that. Sometimes but how do you know?
Right, there we go.
That's what. And when
How do
she
you know
said
if it's
that,
a leaf or a
and
root? And where was she in this? Was she the trunk? Was she the branch? What was she, the soil?
she
What
said,
was she?
I don't know, but she said she knew she messed up, and he told her when they divorced, when she wanted a divorce, he told her, you're messing up, you're making a mistake, and he stayed single for a minute. Even when she got married and married that leaf,
She married a leaf.
she married the leaf, and he still the root stayed single for a minute. But then by the time she realized the leaf was dying and falling off, is when he met the other root. And she was like, be so careful. That was her one parting, gift, a knowledge to me. She's like, be careful. If you have a root, don't fall for a leaf. And I always say that. I was like, how do you know sometimes if you have a leaf, a branch, a root? How do you know? How do you know if it's just the soil that's supposed to nourish the root for for that season.
Right.
How do you know which is which? I think that's
Well,
so
and
hard.
then you're talking about COVID is like miracle grow.
Yes,
You get
COVID
things
is
found
like
out real quick.
You're right. Look, and how do you know? Right now that root is growing like super fast because of COVID, because it's being watered and poured and nurtured and you're taking care of it, you're sharing, you out there pruning and everything during COVID, and then now COVID is up and that is just growing like wildfire. And is it
How
really
long
growing?
was she with the leaf?
She stayed with the leaf.
How long was she with him before she married him?
She met the leaf when she was married to the root, and thought the leaf
So
was
you know
better.
what? I don't think that a root would say, yes, let me make a foundation with you when you already have one. I don't think if he would, that's how you know he wasn't a root to begin with. Because why would somebody who is that type of person deal with you when you already got a man who's
I
like that?
agree.
So like he wasn't about shit to begin with.
And that's why. And I wanted to say so bad, and I was young when she said this to me. I was like, well, you was dipping, even if it wasn't sexually, you still was emotionally dipping, cheating with the leaf on the root, and then and the root waited for you to get your senses before the root went and found him another root
That was with it.
that was with it and wanted to be with him correctly, and now you in this loveless marriage with the leaf that you never should have been with, but you cultivated that. And sometimes I think we don't realize how we cultivate things that
How we make our wants our needs.
is that right. So we talked about this. Remember, and Jill Scott said that she's been given what she wanted, but now she knows what she needs, wants and needs.
See, the root made her feel so secure, and maybe even bored, that she almost felt entitled. There's a sense of entitlement.
Yep.
So her wants became her needs. You understand? Because she just had to have anything she wanted, so she went somewhere else, not realizing that the reason why she felt that way was because the root
But supplying all her
was
needs.
right.
It was supplying all her
Because he
needs.
was there, and she didn't get it. She didn't get that. It's difficult when you're in it together,
It is. But that's the other
I
thing.
don't know that. I mean, you might be planting some roots with COVID, but you're going to have to take that little plant and you're going to have to take it and put it into a larger planter. And then what happens? That's opening the world where we're transferring. Now we're going to see if it grows. Now we're going to see what happens.
or
So
you
go
have
in
to shock, or you're gonna have to move it into more light, or if you're giving it too much light.
you adjust
You
accordingly.
gotta adjust. You have to
Adjust accordingly.
And I love that. When we talked about want and need before.
What we didn't
Do you
talk
want
about.
to? Do you want to be with someone? Who do you want to be with? Do you want to be with someone you want, or do you want to be with someone you need?
Well, that's difficult because I don't know who they are. There's plenty of people that I think I might want, but they might not have anything that I need. And wants can be very superficial, or they can be very deep rooted. You understand?
Yes.
Wants can come from things that you don't have in yourself, and somebody can have everything you need, but be nothing you want. You need stability, emotional stability, financial stability. But there's a man who has everything you need, but treats you like shit. You don't want that.
No.
You understand? So then you could flip that all a million different ways. It's just really
So-
about how about
No.
you do as much as you can for yourself to supply your needs, right? And you do as much as you can, as much loving on yourself as you can to supply your wants that you can within yourself, within your life, and then worry about the next dude. Because if you are not supplying your needs and wants yourself, that's liking and loving yourself, right? Whatever, and know your truth, you're going to run out. You're not going to know the difference between want or needs. And you're going to be controlled by those wants and needs.
So let me tell you what that lady up there in the red said. She is like, go be with someone you want to be with, not someone you need to be
Yes.
with. Because she said someone you need to be with, if they leave, your needs are not being met. You can't do anything. But when I
Right.
want to be there, is because I want you around me. I like you being around me.
But that does not mean that you treat them like some
No.
disposable. See, that's what people do.
And so, and I remember I was in a relationship with someone, and they got so offended because I said to them, I don't need to be with you. I want to be with you. And
Right.
they took it like I didn't really want to be with them. I was like, no, I really do want to be with you. I want to be with you. Like, I'm choosing to be with you, not because I need to be with you.
Right.
And they really got upset because I said
because we
I
have this
need them.
romanticized vision of what a it's just like what a relationship is, and we have this thing about, oh, I need you, I need to be needed, and people need those things, but they think that that's what they desire or they long for, but there's levels to it.
It
you
is.
know? Just like you said, be with somebody you want, not someone you need. The thing is, the person who you want has to also complement or add to your needs or help you to achieve those needs.
But you also
So,
have to know what
the
you
fine
need,
line.
and you have to know what it takes to feed your needs.
Do not be with somebody who needs you. I was with somebody who told me, I need you. Told me, I need you. I don't have anything else but you. You are everything to me, and they meant that.
And I don't want to be
And
your
then
everything.
they tried to kill me with it. Then they resented me because of it. You understand?
But that's
Then they went out and they found other things they wanted because they were mad they needed me. But
that's the same thing.
that's because you needed you, but
That's
you
the same
wasn't
thing.
showing up for yourself.
That's the same thing my ex did. Got mad because I said I didn't need them.
Yeah.
Because they needed me, and I didn't need you. And I was happy with wanting you. You know.
Do you know what's so scary? It's so scary to have somebody look at you and say, I have no friends, you're my only friend. To look at you and say, I have no place else to go, I have to be with you. I need to stay with you. To look at you and say, I don't have self-esteem. I need you to make me feel good about myself. I'm unsure. I need you to be the one who is
Supplying everything,
support.
doing everything, giving me my friendship, giving me my entertainment.
It's like
draining.
a crackhead.
And
it's
it's
like
draining.
it's a drug. It's draining. You're their life support.
You're
I have
you
had
don't have
more
to be
dudes
everything.
that I've been their life support. And by the way, women, when you become a man's life support, the only person who gave him life besides God is his mother. You become his fucking mother.
And not
And
his
then
girlfriend.
now they're not looking at you as a woman of beauty, a woman of sexuality necessarily, unless that's one of his needs. But he's definitely 100% looking at you like you're his mother. That same man who needs you to feed him like he's a newborn baby is gonna say, "You're not my." Mark my words. You're not my mother.
Quit acting like
But
my
then you
mother.
stop acting like a
My
fucking child.
And that's y'all saw the meme when the lady is standing with the man on her waist, holding up like a baby. It can turn into that so easy. So easy. And I love it because then they get really, like you saying, they get so upset and be like, quit treating me like my mother.
Right.
And you're not my mother. Stop acting like nigga.
You're supported because they need it. They need you. Now peep it. They need you. They need your support. They need you to be a
But
cheerleader.
they become resentment.
Now all of that supporting, all that cheerleading becomes nagging. That same thing that was so great over here, 2-3 years down the line is you're a nagging bitch. You understand?
You're a controlling bitch.
But you come to me for everything. But I'm controlling. But you put it in my hands.
But you think you run things and you think you my mother. You like telling me what to do. But you just came and asked me what I should do.
But you come to me for everything. Listen, it's a double-edged sword, and and you're gonna find this as well. I'm finding this in very short. When I say short-term relationships, I mean blink of an eye, they're over. And I call them relationships because we get very close very quick, right? Fine, I'm okay with that. I like to learn from that. But I've had a few of those where everything was fine. All of a sudden, I was like, they can't go to bed without me talking to them. Oh wait, they had a bad day because I didn't text them in the morning. What? I just had to tell dude that do you know I have a real life and it does not take place on Facebook? Have you lost your mind?
How dare you? How dare you have anything other than? How dare you?
Like my job is to talk to Ubuntu all day long.
Let me tell you, I love. That's why I'm loving this time of getting out there. I think people are taking risks. I think people are expanding, stepping out of their comfort zone. I think people are winking more, smiling more, saying hi more, meeting more. And I think that is a beautiful thing, right? um, during COVID.
I agree.
I'm hoping out of COVID, um, it can grow. The things that's meant to grow can grow, and the people who gave during that time, like they got, like you was able to walk away with something, right?
You know what?
I that's what I hope for. I hope they're able to walk away and be like, this was great. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my opinion.
I agree. I mean, not great, but walk out of it a better person if you can, and try to positively impact people if you can.
Yes.
If you have that within you.
I hope the guy built the female up while he was with her. I hope she built him up. You know, I hope they can both walk away.
Take the positives,
The
the positive,
positive.
and leave the
And,
rest.
you
Like
know,
real talk.
because everything is not meant to last forever, especially during this
But
crazy
let me
time.
tell you something. I had a few relationships that I was cultivating before COVID, which have been affected by COVID.
Ooh.
So we haven't even looked at the relationships that were just starting to sprout or become serious
And
before
now
COVID,
COVID.
and you've been separated for so long. You know, some people have jobs that keep them separate. You know, some people live in
Yeah.
separate areas.
Families,
Yep,
especially
family.
people with little kids, their time, they don't have the time nor the energy
Right.
after homeschooling and trying to figure out all day something for their kids to do. By the time 8 o'clock hit, to me, when the kids crash,
You're done.
you done. So you don't have that time.
Or you have a boyfriend and he can't come over because maybe he works and you got little kids or somebody older.
You have to keep
and
them
you gotta
away.
keep them safe. Like, what are you gonna do?
And the only thing you can do is Zoom,
or meet in the car and hey, how you doing type of thing. Like, real talk, it's difficult. I mean, if you have somebody who you started a relationship with or starting to sprout something with, reach out to them. Let them know, hey, welcome back.
Life is bad.
Don't hold it against them. I mean, this should be like
A grace period?
a free
You say grace
pass,
period?
a free
A free
pass.
pass or
That
grace
does not
period?
mean come back with STDs and COVID babies, because I'm not with that. Because some people's gonna do that.
Y'all know come December, January is going down.
Right.
Everybody get ready for August, September, October baby showers.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Some people gonna have that. Don't excuse that. But if me and Marcus weren't, we were good and we didn't talk as much because he was working all the time, I just had to say, okay, let me just take it for what it is. Like, everything is put on pause,
Yes.
including us.
Yes.
Doesn't mean I don't care. Doesn't mean, we hit each other here and there. And now let's see if we can get back to
And the
normal.
other thing
And even
is-
then, it's going to take a while to get
It
back
is.
to normal.
Another thing is, don't be so judgmental. Like, well, you didn't reach out to me.
Right.
You didn't. People. We don't know what other people have going on in their homes or their families. Being a
Yep.
caretaker, being working,
Or
and
how they
everything,
handle stress.
or how they handle stress, how they
Grief.
handle the grief, depression. Because a lot of us know someone that has passed from COVID, right?
Mhm.
Like everybody know someone in my family, and I have 2 friends that passed from COVID, right? So it's hitting and it's touched a lot of people's lives. And then how many people have had just deaths in their family where you can't get across country, you can't get
Right.
to your family members to hug them, to hold them,
Mhm.
and they're in their homes and they're still working and they're grieving. And grieving to me is when it makes it so much easier. And I tell her this all the time. It's not who's there doing the funeral. It's not who's there doing the repast. It's who's reaching out to you, calling you, coming to lay across your bed, coming to have a cocktail and all that at 2, 3 in the morning for the next 2 or 3 weeks after, right? So some people are not able to give you that time because they're grieving themselves because of whatever's going on. So I think
How
right
about
now,
because they were told we can't?
and because
We can't come over.
no, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's also, that's added on. So
Yeah.
we also have to be, cognizant of that and just be mindful. I'm just saying. COVID dating. Who would have thought we would have been here? Who would have thought 2020 was gonna do this? Who would have thought? Okay, I keep reflecting on this. Like February was in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
And JFK twice, a total of 13 hours leaving and coming back, all over Brazil. And thank God all 12 of us got back and went our separate ways across America, right? Safe and sound. In
Right.
Brazil, Rio is a hot spot, even though Salvador, Rio is getting crushed and Salvador is thriving. Which I know that's how black people do. But, you know, like, that's is a serious thing. Like, it's this world, we was not expecting this.
Right.
You know, 2020 was going to be like our year. You know, everybody was like, yo, 2020 is going down.
You know, the world was just like 20-year-olds. They knew it was coming eventually, but it's not going to happen to us. It's not going to happen this year. Not going to happen now. Oh, we can't. No, we got this. And then they hit us. Slapped us in the face.
Slapped us. It took us out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, it tried.
it tried.
Knocked us down, but didn't knock us out.
So, and they're saying round 2, so we just have to be smart and get ready for whatever happens in the fall. And I think we will survive and make it. Just being smart.
You know
We
what I
have
was
to be
just
smart.
thinking? If I grow my mustache
No.
out, just wait a minute, just hear me on this, ladies with the facial hair. If you grow your mustaches and your soul patches and your beards out, that could be a natural filter to block out corona.
Hell to the no. Ladies,
I'm okay with it.
no, she's not. Yeah, ma'am, sir. It ain't, it's not.
Because I just had when you
No,
said that
Poppy.
round 2, I thought,
No,
will my
Poppy.
mustache be hanging?
No, Poppy.
There's
no.
a beautiful bearded woman, and she is gorgeous.
No, anyway. So, our next episode is about COVID self-care. And we have a special guest that's going to come on with us. We're so glad to be back because we took, a month and a half, almost 2 months off
Right.
because of COVID. So, we're so glad to be back with our shenanigans and talking junk. We thank you for tuning in.
And my COVID chin thanks you. Bye-bye, thank you for tuning in. Yo, listen.
Look, my beard and mustache.
Hopefully this bad boy right
Phase
here.
2 is supposed to be Friday. I
So
cannot
I'm a
wait
phase.
to go.
I need to phase this out in phase 2.
I can't. I need a wax, man. It's nah,
Yeah.
babe. I'm not down for this. I'm not part of the natural woman's crew. I'm not that. That's too natural for me. Okay,
As you see,
too natural. Y'all see me, right? Not to talk. So we thank you. We thank you for being a part of our village,
thank you.
and we thank you for allowing us into your home. And we'll see you next week. It takes a village.
It takes a village.
We are the village.
We are the village.